Hey everyone, Andrew here. This video is going to be a little bit different. So in my day job, I am a courier and I've been doing it for almost 2 years now, and I know that companies like to hire a lot of people for the holiday season, which is basically coming up. It's November 21st right now of 2022, and I know that they're probably scrambling to find people, so I want to make your first day as a courier easy. So I'm going to show you what I bring with myself day to day, and I hope that this will make your first week as a courier pretty easy, so you know that you're prepared. So first things first that you need, trusty old backpack. I got this at Canadian Tire. I think it was like $35. It's pretty good. It's very big, very spacious, has multiple pockets. You got two big ones in the front here, then a few in the front here as well. So I'll open up the backpack, go through the contents, and I'll explain why you should have this. Some stuff you may or may not need, depending on like what company you work for and what climate. So if you're in like the southern part of the world and you don't really need like the winter stuff, don't worry about that. So I'm going to open it up and I'll show you what's inside. So let's open it up. All right, so first things first, with this pandemic that just happened, I'm going to take out this, and this is actually going to clean out my backpack because I haven't done this in a while. So right here I have like Clorox wipes, alcohol wipes, hand sanitizer. Just want to make sure your hands are clean. You're going to be touching a lot of different surfaces, and you just want to make sure that your hands are going to be clean and the surfaces that you touch are clean. So I have all these wipes here, so I don't need to worry about my surfaces not being clean. All right, so we'll put those to the side. So next thing I'm going to pull out here. So I rely on my phone pretty well every day when I'm at work. I use a GPS like constantly. GPS is great and using your phone is great, but it depends on your company. You may not need to use this because some companies do provide GPS to their employees, but I don't know. My company does, but the way the GPS works on the scanner isn't that great, so I just use my own phone. So I have two different types of phone holders here. I have one that you put on a vent, and then one you can stick on the window or on a flat surface. The reason I have two is because the trucks at work are a little different, and there's different models of them. So I use this one generally on an older one because the vent is a lot thicker, and on the newer ones, there's a flat surface where I can put this, so I just stick this down. Now, you may not need to get both, but I would probably recommend getting this one if you're going to get one of the two here, just because you can also stick this on a window or on a flat surface. This one's kind of unreliable because if you have a thin vent, then it won't stay on. But luckily, the older trucks at work have a thick vent, so it stays right on there. So if anything, I would recommend getting this type because it's universal. You can stick it anywhere. So the second thing I'm pulling out of my bag is the car outlet charger for your phone. So this is actually a special one. This one is a radio transmitter as well. So it has Bluetooth built in. So what you do is you connect your phone with Bluetooth and you connect it to the station that's here, and then you just set that station to the radio. If your vehicle that you're using does have radio, if you're lucky, then you can set it, listen to your own music. It works great, and it's also a charger, so it has a quick charge outlet right here, which brings me to my next item, USB cable. Obviously, I don't think anyone would go anywhere with this, especially if you're working a courier job when you depend on your phone basically all the time. So these are two good things to have as well. So the next thing I'm going to pull out. So this may not apply to me right now because I live in Ontario and it's winter right. It's coming close to winter right now. But if you're like in a southern state, having sunscreen, and even like through the rest of the year, having sunscreen in your bag is a must because you can get burned very easily. You'll be outside like a lot of the time, and just having like, I like having a spray one on me because I don't like using the rub one because it gets too oily. So this is just quick, just spray here, spray there, spray everywhere. Especially if you're living in the south, then this will be very good. Have sunscreen on you always. Other thing is, you're gonna be working a lot. Have some deodorant on you just in case. So I have a spray and a stick one here. So you don't want to be smelling for your customers. You just want to make sure that you smell nice. So I have a pile of gloves here. Now your company may provide you with gloves, but I do recommend wearing these, especially in the winter months. Your hands will get very cold, may even get chapped a bit, and your skin will get very dry. And I don't normally wear them like during the warmer months, but if I'm doing like a bulk delivery and I'm handling a lot of boxes at one stop, then I will definitely put on the pair of gloves because you're going to be constantly moving and you don't want your hands to get all dry. So there's different kinds of gloves. I just got these from a dollar store. They're not that expensive, and so sometimes it depends on like what your work like gives you like for scanners, because our scanners are basically like phones. So I had to cut out like a little hole here so I could use my thumb, and these do kind of work on phones, but there are work gloves out there that you can get that do work on phones. I'll leave links in the description for that as well. Also, I'll leave links for everything here that I can find, or something that's similar at least, because I don't think I can find like exactly what it is. Alright, so we got the work gloves out of the way. So I know we use a lot of GPS in our jobs, but honestly, having a map is really helpful. I live in like the GTA, so having the Toronto area map here is really helpful sometimes. If I'm doing like one area and I want to see like where all the streets are, I can kind of plan my route that way. So I recommend getting one of these. I got this on Amazon, I think, but I've seen these in gas stations everywhere. So depending on where you live, make sure you get the map for your area. These are really handy, really good. It's great to see like where you're going to be going. You can plan accordingly. So I recommend getting a map. Highly, highly recommend. The next thing here is a notebook. The reason I have this notebook is that I don't have my own route. I basically do other people's route when they're away or sick, or I do like the overflow of what's like left over at the depot. So I have this notebook with me because if I'm doing a route, I'm training with someone, and I need to write stuff down. Like if they want to show me the specific things, like where I'm supposed to go for like doors or like pickup times and stuff like that. So I'll just have a notebook just to jot stuff down. You can use your phone, but for me, I'm kind of old-fashioned. I like writing stuff down. I think it's easier. It's hard looking through a note on your phone. You can just see that it's all here. So I recommend getting a notebook as well. I don't know if your company will provide these, but pens are a big must, because if you work for a company that leaves like notices, and you would have to probably write it down. It depends on the company you work for, but the company I work for, we have to manually write them. So if you have my nice Super Andrew 64 branded pen, and then since we're on writing utensils, a marker. This has come in handy so many times. So when I first started at my company, I would be using a lot of rental vans, and I couldn't really see like what the bigger boxes were sometimes. So what I would do, I would write the address on the outside of the box if I couldn't see the waybill. So these come in handy like so much. Like I really highly recommend, and get a bunch of these, because these dry out pretty quickly if you use them a lot. So I will leave, again, I'll leave links in the description here and get like a good pack of these. On the subject of dryness, so make sure you bring a chapstick with you, a lip seal here, and some Vaseline, because your hands will get dry if you don't use gloves like me. And yeah, your lips will get dry, so this has helped me a lot. Alright, so I'm going to show you two items here. These two go hand in hand. Let's put the camera down. So here we have some sunglasses and a sunglass clip. So obviously you're going to be driving a lot outside. It's going to be sunny, especially if you're in the south too, and in the winter, or all year round you should be wearing sunglasses. I actually used to work in the optical industry, so I know the importance of having a good pair of sunglasses. I highly recommend getting polarized lenses, because they do cut down the glare. And if you're driving and the sun's just beaming on you, it's very hard to see sometimes. So these actually really help. So I have like a pair of sunglasses. Make sure they're a good pair. Don't get dollar store ones. Those are not good at all. And just have a clip that you can put on the visor, so when you're not wearing them, you don't have to put them on your head. Put them on your head like this all the time. So you can just like put them down if you're going to take a break or whatever. Then just put on the clip so you don't ruin them. And make sure you bring a case with you as well, so keep them nice and protected. Put those to the side. So the next thing here I have is a power bank for your phone. So it has the USB ports on the front here. So this has come in clutch so many times for me, because sometimes I've been to work, show up, load my truck, and then I plug this into my outlet in the vehicle and it doesn't work. Make sure you always have a fully charged battery bank on you, and make sure it's of good capacity, like 10,000 or 20,000 milliamp hours. That'll last you pretty well the whole day. I've used this a few times and it's come in like really handy for me, especially when the outlet doesn't work. And just make sure that you have this fully charged all the time, and have an extra cable too. Also make sure you have an extra one of these as well in case it does break. That did happen to me. Thankfully I was by a dollar store, so I just bought a cheap one. I have an extra one in my bag just in case this one breaks. So again, make sure you have a battery bank. This really helps you. So the next thing I have in my bag is a flashlight. This is really handy. It's helped me a lot, especially during the winter months when it gets dark at like 4:30. So this is a very powerful flashlight. I think it can go a kilometer or two down. So when you're in the country, if you're doing a country route and you're trying to see the numbers on the house and you can't see because it's really dark, they don't have their lights on, which is going to happen to you a lot of the time too. You can use this light to shine on the light. Make sure you don't shine it in like any vehicle. just be very careful with this. But again, like this has come very handy with me. I'll try to find a link for this. I bought this a while ago. So this one's special. It has a USB port in the back too. So it's like an extra battery bank as well. It lasts a pretty long time and it goes pretty far. So this is very, very handy to have. And then, so a few more things and then we're pretty well done. So then this right here is it may look like a lunch bag, and it kind of is, but it's something special about it. Open the side pocket here. So in the side pocket here, there's an outlet. So this is to heat up your lunch. So you put a plastic container in here, or glass, heat it up. It takes about 3 hours or so to heat this up. I usually do it when I'm done loading my truck. I just put it in, plug it, set a timer for 3 hours, and then I'll have a nice hot lunch 3 hours later. And then I also recommend getting one of these. This is an outlet splitter for the car, because sometimes your vehicle you have will not have two outlets. So this will become very handy. So you can plug your phone charger in here and then your lunch warmer in here. This has come really handy because most of the vehicles on my work do not have two outlets. So highly recommend getting this. Again, leave links in the description for you guys. So the last thing I wanted to show you guys is a water bottle. Now, drinking water is very important, especially in the summer months, but even in the winter months too, you're going to get very, very hot, especially wearing all your warm clothing. So you want something nice to cool down with. So I have this. It's it's half a gallon, almost 2 liters. So you're supposed to drink, I think, 8 cups of water a day. So this is almost good. So what I normally do in the warmer months, I like to put it in the freezer, and I'll fill it with water too, so the water freezes, and so then I'll have nice cold water throughout the day. In the wintertime, I don't generally freeze it because I put everything in the back of the truck, and the trucks don't have heat in the cargo compartment, so this stays nice and cold for me. I highly recommend getting these. Are all different types of sizes. This one's about $10, so it's a pretty good deal for what you get. The only thing is it's not like, if you put it down like this, it is going to leak, so make sure you keep it upright all the time. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I carry with me day to day as a courier. I hope you guys enjoy your new courier job. It's really a great job. I love it. It's the best job I've ever had. No one bothers you. You're on the road. Just do your job, go home. No stress after that. It is stressful doing, like, obviously the job sometimes, but really, if you know how to work around a GPS, if you know like how to follow directions, then you're golden. Like, this will be a great career for you. Hopefully, the company that hires you will stay on later after the Christmas season. And this is Andrew. Have a great day, everyone. And if you like what you saw, please subscribe. I don't usually do courier tips that often. Maybe I'll do a bit more depending on how this video does. But I mostly do gaming. And if you just leave a comment, like, subscribe, that would mean the world to me. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. That will be a really big milestone for me. And I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.